this season's Premier League is gearing up to be the best in recent memory. It might be recency bias. I don't care. I think from the title race to European to the relegation, it's wide open everywhere. I'm loving it. It's just me, Blair, and I'm joined by my good friend Joe. Welcome to the Kicking Off Football podcast. Joe, we'll talk about Liverpool in a second.
Oh, we don't need to. It's okay.
We've got to start again with Manchester United. I mean, for someone who doesn't like Manchester United, I seem to talk about them a lot, but 2-2 from Michael Carrick and the boys. I'm sure you watched it because
I did indeed,
the missus.
Well, I watched about 60 minutes and then I started cooking dinner because I couldn't be bothered watching two teams. I'm not that asked them.
Yeah.
But
first 25 minutes, I thought, well, I'll tell you what, I looked at the Arsenal lineup. And what did you think? I don't know the ins and outs of the injuries and that, but I looked at it, with Gabriel Jesus starting and stuff. And I thought, is Arteta being a bit disrespectful to Manchester United here? And thinking we could put out his second string team or some second string players and get away with a win?
Well, I'm not sure because obviously Gyökeres were on bench anyway, so they had another option. But I've seen a lot of sort of big pundits and stuff like that saying that it's Gabriel Jesus can offer him a bit more of like mobility up front rather than over Gyökeres. But I don't think it was sort of disrespectful. I think they've got three players up front who are all good players.
Yeah,
I've still not got that will beater. I think they do miss Havertz quite a lot. As much as I don't like him, he does hold the ball up well. He brings other players into play a lot more.
He wins a lot for free kicks and all, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He just dangles a leg out and falls on the floor.
It works though. I think the one bit of credit you can get at referees this season is they probably let a lot more go than they have in other seasons.
Yeah.
There's a lot of battles in midfield where you think, that'd have been good as a foul last season. And it feels like the game's a little bit more fluid now. Not as many stoppages, but there's just when there is, the longer because of VAR.
Yeah. First 25 minutes, well, what was it? Until Arsenal scored for 23 minutes, was it?
Something like that, yeah.
I thought Arsenal had full control of the game. We aren't really testing the keeper. I do understand, but possession means nothing unless you're testing keeper. But they looked fully in control. You thought, it's going to be another home win here because they just don't seem to lose at home. They don't concede many goals. They go 1-0 up, and as soon as they went 1-0 up, they just went kamikaze and started losing the ball left, right, and centre. Yeah. Bruno had two good chances before Burmo's chance.
Because Burmo went through as well, didn't he? And passed it back to Bruno when he probably should have had a shot.
Yeah.
But I thought that when they scored, it seemed to give Man United more authority to go forward, and they kind of played into that. Did very well for pretty much the entire rest of the first half, and then first 15 minutes of the second. I thought it were good. A good battle, really. I thought it was quite a fun game to watch, which I don't say too much.
Yeah. Burmo's an exciting player to watch, isn't he? He gives something so well. It's something else. And he's a lot better than I thought he were. I knew he was good at Brentford, but how many times have you seen a player be brought from Brentford or another club with that similar level and not make that step up when they get the big pay rise and the big contract and stuff?
No, I think he puts some energy into him, and he plays for club. You can see he wants to be there.
Yeah,
he plays for badge. He puts a lot of effort in. When Cunha came on, I thought, you can see the difference. Cunha don't work as hard. He's a good player, but he does not work as hard as like Burmo does for that team. But yeah, to be fair to him, over the last 2 games, they've been really really good. To be fair, and I weren't sold on him at first, but that Lamens does look
a lot better. It's a lot better than
head and shoulders though. It's like they can actually trust him rather than it being, oh God, we've got Onana in net or Bayern where you're waiting for that mistake. It doesn't seems to be a little bit more solid.
It does when you have a keeper you don't trust in goal. The crowd would literally just every time it goes near him panics, and the anxiety in the crowd, and it does translate onto the pitch, and it does get on into the keeper. It must be an awful position to play when people don't trust you.
You can almost feel the groans, can't you? It's
like no matter what they do, it's like even if they do 10 good things. As soon as I make that one mistake, that's it. It gets slaughtered again. It's just like, yeah, it's awful. Yeah, and yeah, he's he weren't the keeper who you thought they were going to get either, because it looked like they were destined to get Martinez at Everton.
Yeah.
Villa, sorry.
Villa, yeah.
And they picked him for 18 million quid. They picked him up for, and he looks like a really smart bit of business actually for Manchester United. To be fair, who seem to always play over the odds for players, and they seem to have got a good goalie for a decent price, really.
Yeah, I think
today's market.
You probably saw the transfer, does transfer strategy change this summer? They got in solid players who've sort of done it, and then if they weren't those solid players, they got someone in at a cut price, and it's kind of worked very well for them, to be fair. And I think moving Dorgu to left wing's been an absolute
what a player he is. Yeah, he's fun. He's a fun player to watch. But you're right. I think every transfer they made in the summer has made an impact in their team.
Yeah.
This season. And
probably Sesko's the only one who's not, but even, he can come on and make a bit of an issue, and he scored a couple of goals and stuff.
He's so big and all. He's a good option to having that target man if you want, and finish a bit.
He's an expensive option B, but at least they've got him.
Yeah. And he's still very young, so you never know him, but you compare that to some other club business. We'll talk about your business in a bit. But, ooh. Yeah, and hats off to him. You can only praise the owners for that, because I don't think they're hammering making them signings. By sound, that's the reason why I walked. God, Arsenal always seem to get into this position around early February, and they look so destined to win every competition they're in February, and it always seems to go to shit for them. And to concede 3 goals at Emirates, they've not done that for a long, long time, about 3-4 years. I don't think.
They'd only conceded 6 at home before today, so they've conceded 50% of the season goals in one game. Which obviously, when you're looking at that, you're thinking that's never going to happen. But when it does, it does show them frailties sometimes that they can have.
Yeah, but they're not impregnable, and they don't look like scoring from open play, do they? And I know I'm not disrespecting or slagging off scoring from set pieces only, because obviously it's a massive tool to have. But they just don't seem to have.
Speaking from somebody who can't score from open play or set pieces, at least they've got the set pieces. They are a well coached team. I think sometimes they probably can be a little bit too.
It's too
in control. They don't seem to play.
Doesn't look like there's enough freedom.
No,
there's no license to do what you want. Go on, you're number 10. You can do what you want. Everyone else has got their strict position, but you've got a free role.
It honestly seems like the defenders have got more freedom to do what they want. Yeah. Other than when they go forward rather than the actual attacking players. But obviously, I mean, the 4 points clear at top still. It's not like they're in a terrible position. No. It's probably one of the better positions they've been in this 4 or 5 year period.
Got to go to Ellen Road next week, and it's just as much as Leeds or Yorkshire rival. I mean, they're good at home, aren't they? Very good at home.
Unbelievable, yeah. I mean, some of the scalps they've done this season at home has been great, and I mean, I think I'd probably hazard a guess that about 75% of the points are from home.
Yeah.
But it's that crowd galvanisation, isn't it? They are passionate.
Yeah, they're well on top of it, aren't they? They love it.
Yeah.
So it's another, and I've got a Champions League game. I was waiting for I haven't seen Arteta's post-match interview yet, because one of the commentators said Arsenal tired. I just started laughing my head off. I was like, tired. Come on. But I know Manchester United don't have a European football.
No.
And it seemed to have paid off. Before we move on, Dorgu's goal. There's no better goal than hitting the underside of the crossbar, bouncing in. It's the best. It is the best. There's
the 2 goals were worldies, weren't they? The Cunha one as well to win it. Both of them were unbelievable strikes.
Well, just shoot. Me and BB have been talking. Me might not been on the episode. We were talking about it. We were saying, but because they're so data driven now, every team is so data driven. I even saw it at York City. and teams are so reluctant to shoot unless they have like the biggest chance possible to score. I think keepers get caught out and think, oh, he's not going to shoot because we know they're going to pass it around 10 times, to get the best possible opportunity to score. So when I do think there's something in a player that's having a go, and keeper thinking, shit, he's had a shot I wasn't expecting to shoot.
Well, that's the whole thing. As soon as you get a yard,
just
why not have a shot? Especially at teams like for most of the bigger teams in the league, you're going to play against low block teams that put a lot of people behind ball. If you can get a shot off in some space, try it because it could ricochet, take a deflection. Keeper could save it, parry it back in. There's so many like. It's not just a wasted shot, unless you miss, obviously. Then fair enough. But I'd say it's worth a shot. And there's a few players who've made a career of it who've just been able to hit that ball sweetly, and it comes off.
One of my favourite players to watch was Frank Lampard, and all he did was put his laces through it, and it'd get a deflection, and it'd go in pretty much all the time. And it's just like, you don't shoot, you don't score, mate. It's as simple as. But a great win for Man United. We sort of predicted this might happen with Carrick going on a great run and then getting the job permanently. I do think it's a bit of a double-edged sword here.
It always, it's been proven a few times by him now, hasn't it? But I think when you've got that new manager bounce, the change of system, it does help, but there will be times where it gets harder.
Even Southampton, they sacked that Will Still, the number 2 or the 21 coach took over, pretty much run every game. As soon as they've given him the permanent job, form's been up and down. And a really bad patch of form where they didn't win in 5 games and stuff. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's so. It's risky business. It's a risky business. Personally, I would have just got a permanent manager in, but you can't fault what Carrick's doing at the moment, and he carries on. You can't not gain the job, can you? That's the problem, isn't it? Then the new manager comes in with huge pressure on him. It's
been proven by Celtic, hasn't it, as well? It's that kind of thing. You run a risk when you bring in the interim that it's going to go well. You give him a contract, it goes badly, and then you've got to pay him out again. It just seems to be like the merry-go-round for Man United at the minute. So it might change, though. You never know.
It's funny we should mention Celtics. I watched Hearts versus Celtics today, and I thought the atmosphere in that stadium was amazing. I thought it was electric. I thought it was a great game of football. Maybe not the best quality, and I'm only going to be a snob about it, but I thought there were 2 good teams. Celtic's second goal was an absolute pleasure to watch. You should try and seek it out. And the whole passage of play when they wins it back, it was like 6, 7 passes. It was fucking right goal.
Nice.
And but it was like then I flicked on. Then I flicked onto the Arsenal game, and the atmosphere was chalk and cheese, mate. It sounded so flat. I don't know, you're still playing Manchester United. Oh, I know you expected to win.
I think they seem to have a lot of energy in the first 20 minutes. And then after that, it just seemed to die off a little bit overall. But I think do
you think these really big stadiums now, even like Anfield, to spend, and when they're 60,000 plus, and they're so big, it's hard to generate that much atmosphere because you can only have you need 40,000 people to really constantly be singing, don't you, to generate it. Whereas in a small stadium like Hillsborough, Aston Villa Park, and that what hold about 40,000. If you just get 25,000 going, it seems to be a bigger percentage of people singing and making an atmosphere in a smaller ground.
Yeah, you obviously you run the risk when you open up the capacity. There'll probably be a lot more
tourists, families, and stuff like that.
Day out sort of fans kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, and I think
competition winners and stuff like that.
There's so many hospitality tickets now in different forms. Like some clubs, they've got they end up, if their season ticket holders sell their tickets back, they'll sell that ticket as a hospitality
Oh no,
and stuff like that. I'm just like, but that's where it's getting to because people will pay the money and it generates that much more money. They're not going to
yeah.
say no to
I
it.
know Brighton do it for a fact, but I imagine everyone's doing it now. But it's like if you had a season ticket and you can't make it, and you was like, "Oh, do you want to go?" and you just give me your ticket.
Mm.
If they found out you do that, you get a warning because you have to sell
Yeah.
it back.
Yeah, I think there's a few doing
But
that now.
I think that's horrendous. I think that's absolutely. You
At the
bought
end of the day, you paid for it. So
paid for it. You've essentially like paid in advance for your seat for that year. You can't make it. Can't make it, but you still paid for it.
yeah,
Wrong. Absolutely wrong. Yeah, we'll move on, but gotta tell you something. I bet those Arsenal fans would like being 4 points in front of City because you've been there and seen it. It's
yeah.
but when they're chasing you, it's hard, isn't it? You're like,
Well, and obviously they're back up to full capacity now, aren't they? Marmouche is back and obviously started at weekend, did well.
yeah, yeah,
Um, there's a couple of people like when Foden and Haaland weren't firing before,
mm,
and you've not got as many replacements, but now they've got sort of Doku, Semenyo, Cherky,
yeah.
Reinders, and Rodri's still in there. Bernardo Silva's still there. Like they've got enough firepower now to probably
Marmouche
go on a
scored,
run.
right? He scored the first goal, the opening goal, Marmouche.
Yeah, yeah, he did.
Yeah, I mean he scored a lot of goals last season, and he scored a lot of goals for Freiburg and all.
Yeah, he's a good player. Obviously, I think before AFCON, because Haaland were in such ominous form, it's harder to fit him in.
Yeah,
But yeah, when you've got that sort of firepower to just bring off from not starting in 2 months to coming in and just hit it ground running. But I think they've got
yeah,
the firepower. It depends on the defense, I think, for me in this because obviously they've got a couple of big injuries. If they can
yeah.
keep what they've got left fit, they could have a good shot.
Well, they didn't do a bad signing, did they, last week? In Mark Gay, he looked like he had a very good game as well. I didn't see it, but I watched the highlights, and I've seen people, obviously, social media over exaggerate sometimes, but they seem to have thought you were mustard yesterday. I know you're only playing Wolves, but Wolves were in decent form, weren't they? Wolves were unbeaten, I think, for three, weren't they? Like they were.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to beat what's in front of you, haven't you?
Yeah,
If
yeah,
it's his first game in a new system, new team, new everything,
yeah.
and if you put in a good performance, it's always a good bedrock to go from.
Oof. Gun to your head, who would you say is going to win the league out of them two?
I still think Arsenal.
You
I
still
didn't
think
think it at the beginning of the season. I thought of City,
Mm.
but I just think they've just got too much.
Yeah,
Like today, they bringing off they brought Martinelli on, Madueke, Gyökeres,
Joker,
and Eze. And you're like, that's a pretty good four to bring off of the bench,
yeah,
and then they
it's not.
still had a couple more on there as well. Like
Yeah,
when you can sort of get rid of like Ethan Wanyeri, you can just send him out on loan because
yeah.
you've got that much strength in depth, and he's a quality player as well. Scored 13 minutes into his debut for
Yeah, I
Marseille.
know. A great goal as
Crazy.
well.
But yeah, I just think they've got a little bit. They're more solid, I think, over the entire 11.
Mm, yeah.
But
Okay. Okay.
hopefully it makes it interesting, this result, and they can kind of there's a little bit
Yeah,
of back and forth.
yeah. It was the overplaying and the lack of creating clear cut chances in open play was it started making me think, ooh, are they going to bottle it again? But we'll find out. Well, we'll talk about Mark Gay's team he left because I think if you're a gambler, 10 or 20 quid on Crystal Palace to get relegated could be a decent shout at the moment because they are in.
Especially like Mateta's asked to leave.
Yeah,
Wharton's probably going. Maybe not this
it's
window,
definitely
but
going in
next.
summer. Yeah,
Yeah, they've
managers checked out. He's
yeah.
not having a new contract. He's not signed his new deal.
It's weird as well because I've always I say always. I've always thought that they've done business well. They always
Yeah,
seem to recruit well and get managers in who want to be there and stuff. Obviously, they've had a couple of bits where Roy Hodgson came back, didn't it, because it weren't working. But it just feels like they've not utilised the money that they've brought in to
they've
get
not.
in.
They've not. What is it? Built on the success of winning the first
No,
trophy. And
it's like Villa, for example. They're kind of, they did what they could to keep their best few. They got rid of
yeah,
a couple because they knew they had to. They got rid of a couple of the bigger players. Obviously,
yeah,
Bailey, he went.
yeah,
John Duran. I forgot the other kid's name who were on Diaby. Right, they
Diaby,
got rid of a few, and then obviously Jacob Ramsey as well. But they kept in that sort of spine that they
yeah.
needed. Whereas, it just feels like, and I understand they've got to sell Palace because they're not probably as big a club as Villa are, but it just feels like they've not really used that money well
Yeah,
in the transfer window.
they should have. They should have really known. Oh, we've got some good players here. People are going to start coming for them. What's the succession plan? There isn't any. By the looks of it, there was no succession plan. It was just like once they're gone, they're gone.
No,
Like,
and I think they always seem to recruit well, but you've just not seen it over the last sort of 18 months.
yeah, but you compare that to Bournemouth. They just let Semenyo go, and they're getting that lad's flying in from Brazil now
Ryan,
to have his
Ryan.
medical, and then all the football manager nerds are saying he's mustard. like they'll end up selling him again for 70, 80 million in a couple of years' time. It's just
Again though they spent some money in summer and got a few players in. Obviously, not quite the caliber that they've sold, but they got in solid players, and they've always had a solid sort of 3 or 4 that have been there for years.
Yeah.
They always seem to have 3 or 4 that have been there for years, even when someone else moves on. And obviously, Palace have had that, but they're just sort of cleaning house at the minute. It feels like.
Oh, I know. I'll be worried if I was a Palace fan because I think you're going to get sucked into it. I really do. And once you get drawn into it, and you're suddenly looking over your shoulder, I think it's going to get even worse because these players might not be up for it.
No, and as soon as the bottom teams start playing each other more, that like window drops and drops and drops, and it all closes in. Other than Wolves, obviously they're a bit too far gone.
I think Wolves are too far gone. I think
Burnley will be gone as well.
Yeah, I think Rob Edwards has made a little bit of difference, but I do think that appointment was pretty much quite smart in the sense of we know we're going to get relegated.
Yeah, it gives him 6 months with that team. And then...
let's get someone who's ready for next season.
Yeah.
Well, Crystal Palace's fixtures, it's Nottingham Forest on Sunday.
Big game.
That's
very big game.
If Forest win that, poof.
Yeah.
And then it's the derby, the M23 derby? Brighton versus Crystal Palace. Oh, then it's Palace Burnley on the 11th of February.
A few must-win games there.
Oh my god, mate! The next 4 league games, right? It's Palace versus Forest away, Brighton, Burnley at home, and they're playing a team I've got no idea who they are in the Conference League. End of February, home to Wolves.
Oh wow!
So they're playing Forest, Burnley, Wolves in the next 4 games. Like if that, God, if they don't have a good February, they're gone. Yeah. I'm telling you now, if they have a bad February, they're gone.
I think it. I know he's not been as good as he was last season, but I do think it all comes down to whether Mateta leaves or not. Because I think if he leaves, they've got really no firepower. I think we spoke about it last week. They've got that Nketiah left, and Edouard, and that's it.
Both decent finishers, but who's getting the ball to him?
I mean, they've got Sarr and Johnson, but like Brennan Johnson's a brand new signing who seems to be in and out at the minute. Sarr's always been a decent player, so he'll
I do like him, Ismail Sarr. But yeah, oh god, February huge for Palace. Yeah. Right, let's move on to you guys. Going down to the South Coast. I did think it's not an easy game, as much as I know Bournemouth's form's been a bit poor past 10 games, but we know they play pretty good football. The manager gets on the front foot. They scored 2 at Anfield, the first game of the season. Liverpool's been winning games or been unbeaten in games recently, but you've not been playing well, have you? I mean, that second half against Burnley weren't great, was it?
Second half against any team is
Yeah.
just dreadful.
I didn't see it. I was watching Big Tom Davies, Big Tom at Chef Uni, doing some comedy. Were very funny. What was it like?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like?
Same old. I think first 20-25 minutes we actually looked pretty sharp. We did what I was screaming for us to do all season. That's play some balls through the lines rather than just side to side.
Yeah.
Only problem where we didn't start Ekitike, so we're passing it through to Gakpo, who's not a run through the line and finisher. So it pointless, really. Come really to nothing.
He's done that a few times, and he not starting Ekitike. And you're like, why? He seems to always want to be on the ball and score. Would be on the front foot.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I mean, it all came down to first goal, bad from Van Dijk, no question there. But that second goal, there's no one else to blame but Slot.
Yeah,
it's 7 minutes to make a substitution.
Yeah.
7 minutes playing with 10 men to make a substitution. I've never been as angry as I was for them minutes. I'm like, what are we doing? And then
he was bringing Endo on, wasn't he? Was Endo?
Yeah.
Did he get? Was he not dressed? Was it like
no? He weren't ready.
Was it 7 minutes before he got him on, like to get him warmed up, or was it 7 minutes before he decided to bring him on, or what?
7 minutes for him to get onto the pitch. So we had Gomez on sideline for 7 minutes playing against Bournemouth in a Premier League game. I don't care who you're playing in Premier League. If you're playing with 10 men, it's not going to be the easiest place to play. And then so within them 7 minutes, they pass the ball through. Obviously to a big gaping hole in our defence, and they pass it across and score. Done. And I'm like, I mean, I can't even defend Slot for anything. His decision making is just, it baffles me. Why it takes 7 minutes to go, oh yeah, he is injured. Let's get him off.
Yeah, and
then get Endo dressed. And you're like, well, no, you get the player dressed just in case anyway. That's like normal. Yeah, it's like a normal thought process.
The amount of times we've seen players put the coat back on.
Exactly.
He can continue, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah. We didn't do that. He's taking his tracksuit bottoms off, getting information from assistants. I'm like, get him on pitch first.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? I just do not get it. And then, I mean, apparently Ekitike has been, fitness is still up and down. But for me, when he's your only fit striker playing, you've got to play. If you have to take him off, then fair enough. But you've got to be, we need to be winning games, and then we're not starting as most informed player. And you just look at it and you think, well, what we're going to expect, and then.
Was Salah? Did Salah start? Was he on the bench?
Yeah, Salah started.
Salah started.
Still looks a little bit off the pace, but he got in some good positions. He probably should have done better on a few shots, and a couple of last minute passes were just not right, not there. But he definitely. I mean, I still think he's still going to do a good job for us. And I can't see him not starting that many games.
But him and Slot clearly don't get on with each other, which is not going to help, is it? Your star player.
I don't know who in the squad does get along with Slot. So I'm looking at it, and again, decision making. Szoboszlai scored you at one and assisted one in that game, and then he puts him right back for the last 20 minutes. I'm like, he's his most creative player at the minute. Him and Wirtz are our most creative players.
Yeah,
I think he took Wirtz off and put Szoboszlai right back. And I'm like, what are we doing?
If Amarin did that, we'd be slamming him. We'd be absolutely crucifying, wouldn't we?
I wanted him. I think I was vocal on the podcast after the PSV game. I wanted him gone.
Yeah.
And we went on what were it, 11 unbeaten or whatever it were. We drew 5. I think it were. Like, it's not good enough. Draw with Leeds, Burnley and Sunderland
at home.
3 at home, 1 away. And you just think, well, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, we don't even look like scoring most of the time. It's just a lot of passing. We just feel one-dimensional, and it's
Just because under Klopp, they were so like you were so scared to play Liverpool because you just thought they're going to fly at us from minute one, pretty much. You might not, and they're going to just and they have so many shots. They shot all the time. They were scary. Sometimes they blew teams off park in first 7 minutes. It was frightening.
Yeah.
You know, last season sort of carried that on a little bit, and then this season, he's clearly in the summer what changed too much.
I don't even think it's changing too much. I think he was good at coaching players who he likes, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think he's doing. You know, we've done this big bit of business which we never do, and it's mainly to sort of solidify the next few years, and we'll add 1 or 2 players here and there, especially like in defence. I think centre back's a big position where we need. But then we brought in all these players, and it's still, similarly to a few of the managers who've struggled, doesn't feel like he knows his best 11, and doesn't feel like he's got a grip of how he wants us to play, because we're not playing any football. Like, we've got no identity at the minute. And our defensive record's been pretty solid for on and off for like last 10 years has been pretty good. And then this season we're conceding
2 goals a game. 2 goals a game, pretty much, aren't you, minimum?
Yeah, and it's got to come down to coaching.
Yeah, you said it. You said it in our, on WhatsApp. Like, you've spent 450 million quid, and your squad looks worse.
Yeah, because we went with the thing of like, we can get rid of a few players and bring like more in. Well, we just so happen to get rid of a lot, and then we've not replaced them with correct players. I said at the start of the season, I'll say it again. I didn't want Isak. As soon as we got Ekitike, what's the point in Isak?
Matt Gay was the one. They were both, weren't they?
Yeah, obviously we had Mark Gay on, in a kit doing a fucking commercial for us, but yeah,
it's painful. That's got.
It's just the Palace organisation being absolutely dreadful again, though, isn't it? Like, they did it to try and keep a manager who, within 4 months, has said, "Nah, I'm going." So what's the point? Probably cost themselves 20 mil there, something like that.
Maybe more. Yeah.
Yeah. But
and the longer it goes, hopefully top 5 will be enough, and because probably on Manchester United are flying at the moment.
Well, 6th at the minute, so
yeah. Oh God.
Chelsea winning today, and Man United into top 4, and then Chelsea into 5th. So
yeah, I mean, if they miss out on Champions League football, that's huge, isn't it? And there's a Spaniard out there, and the fans. I think every Liverpool fan seems to want him already, don't they? So we'll see.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, I watched that 3rd goal. I watched the Bournemouth winner.
No, yeah.
I've watched it 10, 15 times. I still don't understand how that even got in the net.
No.
It was just like, what? Like, he looks so, like, avoidable. And it just seems like they all just stopped and just let this guy kick it in the back of the goal.
Well, he obviously ricocheted a couple of times, then bounced off at post, and then obviously just managed to clip it. But we should have been in that position anyway, realistically. No. I don't know what we're doing on our set piece practice or training or anything, because it feels like anyone can score from anywhere against us if they've got a throw-in, a free kick, or a corner. Like, we've conceded 3 from long throw-ins this season. We conceded something. I think it was I saw like 16 goals from set pieces. Like, wow. we should be around about that per season. Total. It's crazy. But yeah, my main issue is just the performances. It doesn't feel like it, every week Slot says, "Oh yeah, we controlled it. We did this. We did that." We didn't. We kept hold of the ball across our back 4, 5, whichever, if you include the Gravenberch and stuff. But we don't do anything with it. I'm pretty sure our shot counter's down to an all-time low at minute, 'cause it feels like every game it's like, oh, we've not had a shot on target this second half. And I'm like, of course. Just same old, same old.
You talk about their signings. I know a lot of people like to. I know. Forget about Man City's charges because it means nothing. All right, just forget about them. Man City have signed 11 players in the past 12 months, but they've only spent. I know, right? I understand it's a lot of money in real life, but in football, they've only spent about 500 million quid.
Yeah,
right? And they've signed 11 players, and it's pretty much a player for every position on the pitch. You spent about how much did you spend in the summer?
470 or something like that, I think.
And you signed about what, 5 for 5? So it was Isak, Verts, Kirkes, Frimpong,
Leone, Mamashvili, and that other goalkeeper, the other Hungarian goalkeeper. So it probably sound like 7 or 8.
7. You compare the money City spent, what City have spent on what players compared to the money you spent. I think there needs to be questions whoever signed them checks as well. I do like Verts, and I think Verts is going to become good. But he's at 120 odd million. He might come very good. He might come very, very good. But
he might do. But like I said, I didn't. I wanted him before Ekitike.
It's a hell of a lot of money. It's a hell of a lot of money, isn't it?
I wanted him before Ekitike. I think everyone wanted him at that point. But then we signed Ekitike, and I'm like, all right, well, fair enough. We're not going for Isak, and then we did anyway. I'm like, well, fair enough. But we're not.
Wasn't that like a plan B? We went for Isak. Newcastle said it's not for sale. Then you sign it. Sod it. We'll get him in instead.
Yeah.
He came in. He hit ground running though, didn't he?
Yeah, and he still has been. I mean, he's our top scorer. I think he's looks the part when he plays. He's got a lot of athleticism. He holds the ball up. He's a bit of an all-rounder.
He is. I think he's a very good striker. Very complete.
Yeah. I think our big issue is we've not had any pace down the wings this season.
No.
We've not had anyone running at defences.
Frimpong's the only one. Frimpong's the only one, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, and obviously he's having to play right back now because we've.
And you got Kirk. Yeah, I don't think they played to Kirk's strengths at all.
He's been fantastic for the 10, 11 games. He's been really good. But before that, I even thought he was scapegoat. Like first game against Arsenal, he were great. Like pocketed Madueke pretty much all game. Did the same again at Emirates with Saka. We did very well, and then he's sort of been ever present there. But when you get in, basically your midfield bypassed. It doesn't matter. You're going to be under pressure regardless. Yeah. I just feel like we've got just too much. I don't know. We've just not got no direction at all. We've got all these fantastic players, but we're not making chances. We've got a system that's obviously not working.
Yeah, we always mention Joe dying will affect people's like just how they're going to be.
Yeah.
But he also was a very, very good striker as well, and a very good impact player. He used to come off. I used to think you were better coming off the bench.
Yeah, and then started.
You were brilliant. But Luis Diaz and all, he's fucking awesome, isn't he? What a player he is. So hard.
We lost 3 out of front 4 basically, and completely changed.
Yeah,
who were up front. The one thing. What I don't say much good about Nunes, but the one thing he were good at was bringing other people into play.
I like Nunes. I really like Nunes. I thought he was great. And is that Al Hilal now, isn't he?
He's got player at month.
He's going to win. He's going to win his. Going to win the league title out there.
Yes.
I used to really rate him. 26 years old. He's not even.
Now, hard worker as well. Like, don't get me wrong. I liked him. It's just he could not hit the target for us for some reason. That was his issue, and he couldn't stay on side either. But I tell you what,
some of the goals he scored were great, and all of them. It's so weird. Like you missed the 1-on-1.
if this Wenger rule comes in for offsides, I'd have him back in a heartbeat because he'd be
Oh
onside
yeah,
every single
yeah,
time. Then
yeah.
he'd score 90 goals a season, mate.
Yeah, I'll tell you now, right? The offside rule. I learnt it. The Wenger rule. Was it ever the Wenger rule? I don't know, but that's how I learnt offside. Basically, growing up. I don't agree with the millimeter. I mean, I can't remember who it was the other week. It might have been a Man United player actually. Yeah, it was against City.
Oh yeah, one of the three.
If you're offside by a millimeter, you're not offside. You're not gaining any advantage.
No.
Oh,
I still remember the worst one when Leeds were in the
actually, Bamford one's the worst one.
the Pat Bamford when he points. And obviously they had to change the rule for it, and I'm like, well, of course he's not offside. Are you?
Yeah.
But yeah,
his feet like 4 yards behind player.
yeah. Honestly, some of the decisions are just like, I think even heads, your head being in front, that's not an advantage. Your shoulder being in front, that's not an advantage.
That's not an advantage.
Baffling. But yeah, it's.
But
I don't think there's been that much I can speak about VAR this week. But
no, this week it seems to be weird. VAR. It'll either have it has a shocker across all games, or it's not used.
The one thing I did like was the referee who I forgot his name. He had his first game on Saturday, and they
against Man United, for Wolves, Man City Wolves.
Might have been. He came to the monitor and rejected the call.
Yeah, went to the monitor and said, "No, it's still not a penalty, mate."
Yeah, love that.
Yeah, yeah. Back yourself. Back yourself.
Yeah,
I watched the Celtic game today, right? Celtic game. Celtic had a man sent off at 2-1 up, and it's one of them last man sort of like double jeopardy runs, but the ball was going away from goal, like towards the corner flag, and I didn't think the Celtic player even fouled him. It was almost like they sort of like ran next to each other, and he tripped over. So it was a yellow card, and I thought, yeah, it's fine. I thought the yellow card was fine. He's on to VAR, and the discussion is here is just 4 blokes in his ear saying, "Send him off, send him off, send him off, send him off." His last man, his last man. But it persuades him.
Yeah.
It persuades the referee to change his mind, and that is completely wrong.
Yeah, I still don't know why they need 4 voices or 3 voices in an ear.
Yeah, I hate it.
If they're getting referees in to obviously man these
to re-referee the game, it's mad.
Yeah,
it's mad.
But surely, if you're going to get a referee in, put one in, and that's it.
Yeah,
because that's the whole point. I don't. Yeah, I'll still not get the actual thought process until they get people in who are qualified to use everything.
We'll give the relegation side a bit of time, then we'll wrap it up, mate.
Sounds good.
West Ham United, flying now, mate. Absolutely flying. 2 wins in 2. Couldn't hit a barn door at once upon a time. Now they're putting teams at swords. Somerville scored a great header. I don't know if you've seen it.
I've not seen it, no.
Bowen, I think Bowen just sticks it up, byline, sticks it up into the middle of fucking one of them towering headers where he runs onto it. Oh, God.
He's been one of their standout players this season anyway, Somerville. He's always positive. And Nuno seems to be getting that end product out of him now.
Now they've got Bowen and Somerville both charging bits similar to Hudson-Odoi and Elanga last season. It gives you such an outlet for your defence to have a breather and stuff. And they've signed, obviously, that I can't pronounce his name, the Argentinian bloke that got up front now.
Castellanos, whatever it is. And then Pablo.
You've got a decent little front four there. They try and sign Adama Traore because that's one of Nuno's boys. I know he's not got the best finish in the world, but
he's a great player to get off at bench. To replace Bowen when he's blowing a bit.
Just to get you up the pitch as well. You can carry the ball. And I think a very, very smart signing. And I do think they'll get another one in. I think they'll sign something else for him.
I still think they need centre back.
I agree. They're selling Paquetá, which I think is a good bit of business because he's just attitude problem for me. He's just a walking disaster. But he's going to Flamenco for 41 million euros. And I think, how can they? Well, I know how they can afford it. The Club World Cup.
Yeah.
It's a good bit of business though to get him over there. 41 million quid. Cheers, pal. We reinvest that this month. Give you all a shot. But what that's done is Nottingham Forest beat Brentford away at Brentford 2-0.
Yeah.
Today.
Unreal, that result.
That's a great result.
Brentford have been pretty solid as well, which is it's a surprising one. I saw it with 1-0. I think Brentford will come back into that, and then I'm like, oh well, maybe not.
Yeah.
It's been like you said on intro though. It's been such a weird season. Everyone's sort of taking scalps off anyone.
I love it. I'm loving it.
I love the chaos. I think still there's 6 points between 12th and 5th or 4th or something.
I'm just looking at the table now. West Ham are on 20 points. Forest are above them on 25. Leeds are above them on 25, but they play tomorrow. Palace on 28. I'm just saying, this month for Palace is massive because if Forest get a win, Burnley get a win on them, it's gonna drag them right in it, and I mean right in it. I was want to see who. I know Leeds are playing Everton tomorrow away at Everton.
Yep.
They're not the greatest away from home, are they, Leeds? Who have West Ham got for in February? Because February just seems to be like a massive month now.
I think do they play us?
Oh, they've got away at Chelsea on Saturday, which is not a nice bit. I know it's a bit of a feisty derby, that one.
Yeah.
Then away at they've got a pretty hard month actually. Yeah, so it's God. If West Ham get out, if West Ham have a good February, they're staying up. Let's put it that way, right? So they're away at Chelsea on Saturday, and then it's away at Burnley the following week.
Big game.
Midweek at home to Man United.
Yeah.
Then it's home to Bournemouth, then away at Liverpool.
Oh, we got 3 points there. That's all right.
Don't know. It might be Xabi Alonso's first game, mate.
Hopefully, it's not that long.
Yeah. So, West Ham. You have got a tough old February. In fact, I'm looking at West Ham's fixtures for the rest of the season. They've got a pretty shit time. If they stay up, fair play to us. It looks tough. We'll end it there, mate. We'll end it there. I've really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
easy.
Yeah,
I should really talk about Barry Bannon, I suppose, shouldn't I?
Yeah,
the legend that is Barry Bannon at Hillsborough. He's been there for 10 years. Can you believe that? It's a long time. He's played 435 league appearances. It's probably close to 460, 470 games.
Yeah.
For the club. I know the cynical hat on me will always think, you paid a lot of money to be loyal, but he could also be paid a lot of money somewhere else. He didn't need to stay. There's lots of good stories about him. Like one of them is I think all the public transport was gone, so these lads jumped in an Uber to get to a game, and he saw the story online and transferred him 300 quid to that'll pay for you. Because you just paid a stupid amount of money to get to a football match.
Yeah.
Absolute fantastic servant. He will be missed, but it had to happen at one point. It had to happen at some point. Sadly, it's happened in the middle of administration, and I think a lot of Wednesday fans now, who were very buoyant and jubilant when administration happened, because we got rid of Chansiri, didn't really realise what administration meant. Administration.
It strips your assets. It strips your assets and makes sure that it's viable to sell.
It's got a light on. You've got a light on, basically. That's all it does. It keeps a light on. It don't give a shit. It don't care about anything else.
Invest. It's not paying the bills. It's not investing. They are just finding ways to make money.
Yeah, and I think people have finally realised, administration is not that fun, is it? It's like, no, it's not. It's actually probably one of the worst things that can happen for your football club.
Yeah, it's one step away from liquidation, and that's the bottom.
Yeah, it's a real shame, but we couldn't just have a normal season this season. Then he waves at the end of the season and says, "Yeah, good." But
Obviously, him bowing out now gives you that bit of extra cash, keeps the club going, and then hopefully this the new owners or whoever comes in take
the new
over.
owners, the new owners are going to sign. Well, they're going to have to sign 15, 17 players in the summer.
Yeah.
They're going to have to change something else. It's going to be a brand new. We've got no Barry Bannon, probably no Liam Palmer. The manager will go. It'll be a complete facelift to everything we know. I think a lot of fans just need to get off social media and stop tweeting, because they're just tweeting nonsense now. Like, we're going down. Bannon is being offered an 18-month contract at Millwall. It'd be a fool not to take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But these people who are making stories up, I'll tell you what, local journalists can fucking get in the sea. I think all they do is just stoke the flames and stoke the fires and get people pissed off and angry, and just to generate social media clicks and crap for their channels and stuff. Because what Andy Giddins, right, BBC Radio Sheffield, he tweeted, Barry Bannon's in advance talk to leaving the club. That's all you need to say.
Yeah.
You didn't need to put, then he put on space. He was looking for reassurances about the club's future. You didn't need to put that. All you've done there is just fucking speculated all these people now to think, oh, he's spoken to the new owners. The new owners don't know nothing about Sheffield and they don't get it. It started sparking all these, rumour mills is kicking off big time.
Yeah.
It's all, you don't need to put that load of shit there. Don't need to do it. All you've done is piss people off and started like getting people to argue with each other and stuff. It's not helpful at all. Because
journalists are notoriously not paid to be nice, though, are they? They're paid for
a non-disclosure agreement. Pretty much means the new owners, because it's a consortium, are legally not allowed to speak to anyone at that football club.
Yeah,
they're not even allowed to speak in the press really about it. The fact that because it could jeopardise the actual
sale
the deal and stuff.
Yeah.
So Bannon's not spoke to the new owner, and if he did, I'm pretty sure the new owner said, "You're not getting a contract."
Mostly spoke to administrators, and administrators have said, "Well, we can't tell you all, so we'll tell you when we know." That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
So it was just that tweet really, really pissed me off, because then you saw loads of people just speculating and just making more and more ill feelings about the situation already, because the situation's crap, really crap. It will come good. It might not be winning the league what we all want to happen in this next season, but at least we'll have a squad of players you can get behind and support and actually enjoy what's going to go into the football.
I mean, honestly, if you manage to just get a mid-table finish in League One next season and just stabilise, I think that's like a very successful season, really, under the circumstances.
Yeah, because they're going to have to buy everyone. They're going to get a print. They've got no coaches. It's going to be it's going to be a huge job. It's going to be a very exciting summer, because you're just going to get news every other day. I think just something's going to happen.
Yeah,
just got
you need it to.
Yeah, I'll end it with cheers, Bannon. It was a pleasure watching you, mate. See you later, lads. Bye.